What's up fam, it's your boy willishbkhuynh, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my first Vietnam to Cambodia visa border run. So let's go. Now for me, I'm on a Viet Kieu overseas Vietnamese visa exemption. So my current 6-month visa is about to expire in a week or two, and so now I'm ready to get another 6-month visa and making sure that I don't overstay my current visa. There are many ways to get a new visa, but in today's video I'm going to show you the way of doing the border run from Vietnam over to Cambodia. Alrighty, because this is my first time doing a visa run, I was using a company called IzyViet, which I'll leave some details down below, and I'm not sponsored by them. I'm sharing my own experiences from the visa run. But what they did was provide transportation and provide some advice on how the whole visa arrangement worked, but they didn't have an assistant at the border, and you need to cross the border yourself and do all the paperwork yourself. So after using them the first time, now I know what to do myself. I'm probably not going to be using their services again. Okay, so first up, obviously you need your passport. Making sure that your passport is still valid, your visa is still valid, and you still have room in your passport. Just as a note, if you have overstayed your visa, then you're going to be in a pretty tricky situation, and I don't know if you can find an agent that's going to be able to help you. So you definitely want to be careful, and you probably don't want to be exiting Vietnam if you intend to stay in Vietnam for a long time, because you might not be able to get back if you've overstayed your visa and you're on the blacklist. So just keep that in mind as well. From what I've been hearing, if you are blacklisted, then it is very difficult for agents to be able to help you out. So IzyViet has different transportation options. I chose the cheapest one, which was the bus ride, and which costs $30 USD round trip. Next up is cash for your visa run. You'll need 35 USD for your Cambodian visa, which you can do online or you can do it at the border crossing as well, which only takes about 5 to 10 minutes and is super easy to do. And last but not least, you also need to bring some VND for some coffee money, around 100k, depending on the officials on the Vietnam side. So yeah, that's the cash that you need to have on hand for the visa run, VND and USD. They don't accept card at the border. They will have people exchanging VND for USD, but then the exchange rate is going to be pretty bad compared to if you do it in the city before you go. I'll leave a link to the money exchange I use in D1 in the link down below. Once you make payment to IzyViet, then they'll confirm your transportation has been booked in. Alrighty, now let's start our visa run. So the meetup point was at IzyViet's office in Bưởi, and we met up there at 7 AM in the morning. Initially, we had paid for a bus, but because there were only 6 of us going on a border run, they gave us a private car instead. For once, I was actually looking forward to the bus, but because there were only 6 people, which means less processing time at the border, and hopefully that we can get back a lot sooner than expected back to Ho Chi Minh City. So yeah, at 7 AM, we all crammed into the 8-seater car, and it took us about 2.5 hours, depending on the traffic, to get to the Moc Bai border on the Vietnam side. But once your car is parked, you'll get bombarded by all these hustlers trying to get stuff from you, trying to offer you stuff so they can make some money, and then they'll open your car doors. But just don't be intimidated. You just refuse them, just tell them no, and just keep walking to the main building on the Vietnam side. Once inside, hand over your passport to the counter where you will get your exit stamp for Vietnam. Now, depending on how lucky or unlucky you are, the official may or may not ask you for some coffee money. In my case, it would cost me about 100k, which is about 4 USD, but you can try and argue it if you want, and I didn't. I just paid the 100k, and it was very smooth, and I just went on to exit Vietnam. From there, you'll make the 700-meter walk over to the Cambodian side. During your walk, you'll get hassled again by people offering you a ride or offering to do stuff here, but just can't refuse them and just keep walking your own way over to the Cambodian side. But once you reach the Bavet border on the Cambodian side, you'll see this main building here, and you want to go to the right hand side where you see a small kiosk, and that's where they'll process your Cambodian visa. Approach the counter and you'll receive 2 visa application forms for your passport. Then make sure you fill in both forms. They didn't give you one as a spare, which I realized. And then make sure you only speak to the officials as well. There'll also be other hustlers there trying to help you for some extra money, so just be wary of that as well. And only hand over your passport to the main counter. So once you filled in both visa forms, pay your 35 USD for your Cambodian visa. Once that's done, they'll hand back your visa and also staple one of the forms into your passport. Now enter the main building on your left side, go into the desk counter. Once they hand over your passport and both visa forms. Once that's done, go to the main Cambodian counter. From this counter, you'll get your entry stamp into Cambodia. So once you finish at the counter, what you should have now is 1 entry stamp into Cambodia and also the visa form stapled into your passport. And next up, you need to find the last kiosk on the left hand side of the building to get your Cambodian exit stamp. So just backtracking a little bit, when you first entered the main Cambodian building, you went to the kiosk on the first right hand side. Now to get your exit stamp, you want to go to the kiosk on the furthest left hand side of the main building. Go to the final kiosk to get your Cambodian exit stamp, and also they'll take the stapled visa from your passport as well. Once that's done, you can finally make the walk back to the Vietnam side. Once at the Vietnam side, hand in your passport to the entry counter, and depending on what visa you're applying for, you'll get the new visa stamp. For the entry into Vietnam, I didn't have to pay any coffee money to officials, but for the exit out of Vietnam, I had to pay 100k. So, I was lucky there. And this is what I came here for, my new 6-month visa for Vietnam. And that's it. You've got your new visa. Go hang out at the coffee shop and wait for the rest of your group to finish. So depending on the size of the group that you're with, you don't know how long the processing time is going to be. And so we waited for about an hour before our entire group was finished. And only then can we return back on the same transportation back to Saigon. And once back, it only took about 2.5 hours. Once again, traffic was quite easy. I did go on a Tuesday, so I imagine on the weekend it was going to be a lot busier. So very quick process for the visa run. So let's talk about how much it costs all up. First up, you got $30 for the transportation from IzyViet. Second to that, you got the 35 USD from the Cambodian visa. And last but not least is a coffee money, 100k VND, which is about 4 USD. So all up, 69 USD for the visa run. 69 USD and about 7 hours for the Vietnam to Cambodia visa run. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it helps. If you want to support my channel, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers and see ya.